Good to be here.
Good to be here. Hey, Mike.
Hey. So I thought to start with, I'd ask you about this beautiful book cover and the photos, because the photos represent different times of your life as an arc and the people that were important to you at that time. So just kind of wondering if you could tell us about the different arcs that the pictures relate to.
Okay. Well, the very first to the far my right is me at 16 years old.
What a sweetheart.
And it was about at 16 that I became outwardly politically active. I grew up in an activist family. My mother and father were civil rights activists in Mississippi. And we moved to California during what was called Freedom Summer, 1964. I was 10 years old. I grew up, by the time I was 16, the Black Power movement had catapulted in the west and the north of the United States. And so this is about the age that I ran out of the house against my parents' wishes and went to my first free political prisoner rally. It was a rally to free Huey P. Newton, who was the chairman of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. So that was my first introduction into what I call outward political activism. And I continued on from that time, from 16 to organizing walkouts during the Vietnam War, the day of Moratorium Day, when people all over the United States walked out. Jill, you were probably doing some similar things in your high school or whatever, where we commandeered record players and strung speakers all around the quad of our high school and played Country Joe's and the Fish's Vietnam Rag. You remember that one, Jill? Yeah, we only played the first part, the cheer. Give me an F! If you're not old enough to know that, go look it up. And so that was my fun period as a radical, rowdy teenager. The second picture is when I'm about 20, maybe 21 years old, and I was still doing community organizing. I had, by that time, joined the larger liberation movement for Black people, but I was a student leader on my campus. I believe this is probably I'm doing two things. I was a word poet, so I'm probably performing poetry, but it was to gather support for defunding support for South Africa at the time on my university campus.